You know, when people first get started in our business, they're so excited. Maybe right now you're in that excited mode. See, most of us come to World Ventures from having a job. Okay, and many of you still have a job, which is cool. And on a job, people don't really ride an emotional roller coaster up and down. It's just kind of the same all day, every day. You really don't have the luxury of riding an emotional roller coaster, because if you were getting really excited about something that was going to happen at work and it didn't work out and you got depressed and you didn't show up for the next 3 days, you'd get yelled at and or fired. See, the best thing about being self-employed, there's many good things, but the best thing is you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. The worst thing about being self-employed is you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. So now you're your own boss, and you have to understand your up and down mood swings that many people go through in our business. See, if you've never been an entrepreneur before, many people 9 to 5, when they're done with their 9 to 5, they leave it on their desk. They don't care. Here, you own your own business. You have equity in what you're doing. So I think you're going to find you take it a lot more seriously. So if you get really, really excited in business, oh my gosh, I've got my why, I'm fired up, I'm going to be rich, this is going to be awesome, woo! And then you wake up the next morning, you're like, oh my gosh, I've never done this before. What if it doesn't work? What if the main guy I call because I think he's going to do this because he's in another big deal? What if he decides not to do it? What if I tell my wife I'm going to do this and then all of a sudden it doesn't work and she thinks I'm a failure? Oh my gosh, what if I try to tell my friends and they think I'm weird because I'm in one of these deals? And all of a sudden you go from this big peak down to you crash. So you show up at work and you're like, man, I can't believe I decided to get the products and do the business. 360, oh my gosh. Money, can't get that money back. What am I going to do? Then all of a sudden someone walks up to you and goes, what's the matter? It's like, well, you know, I got in this network marketing company and now I'm not really sure. Oh, you got in a network marketing company? I've been looking for a network marketing company. You got to be kidding me. As a matter of fact, my good friend George used to be in Herbalife. He had a team with 50,000 people, and he told me the other day he wants to get re-engaged and find a good company, but he doesn't want to sell a product. He wants to sell a service. What are you doing? Well, it's a service. Oh my gosh, it's a travel deal. It's great. It's like, boom, all of a sudden you're at the top of the row. Oh my gosh, yes, yeah. Call your friend tonight. You get on your phone, you go, hey, I got a really hot prospect. We got to meet him tonight for coffee. Can you meet him tonight? Yeah. So you set it up. You're sitting there. You're so excited. You and your buddy and his friend is going to be coming and your sponsor is there and everything's great. But guess what? The buddy never shows up. The guy calls up after he's 15, 20 minutes late. All of a sudden your friend gets a phone call. And he says, yeah, you know what? I decided that I want to do this again, but I do want to work with a product company. I decided services don't work. Wah, wah, wah. Now all of a sudden you're at the bottom of the roller coaster again. And you know what's hilarious? You still got your friend there. You still got one guy, even though he hasn't had an illustrious past in network marketing, he's right in front of your face. He could turn out to be another Matt Morris or another Jefferson Santos or another Kerry Schneider. But you know what? You're so frustrated about the big fish that isn't going to come. So many people, their emotions get them to not even take a good shot at the guy who's sitting right in front of your face. Unbelievable. But then, even though you don't even tell him too much about it, he's still excited. He signs up. When he goes home at night, he calls up and goes, hey, you know what? That guy decided not to do it, but I've got 8 people I talked to, said they all want to go on a cruise with me. I showed them the dream trip price. I get to go on that cruise. They all want to sign up tomorrow. Oh my God! You're so excited you can't see straight again. And you just go up and down and up and down. That's normal to do in the beginning. Now check it out. My dad, I love my dad. My dad was a very blue-collar guy. Never made a whole bunch of money, but gave me some good practical things that he learned, street smarts, if you will. And one of the things he told me was, Mark, you can't go up and down like this. You have to maintain an even keel. Listen to this, avoid life's peaks and valleys. And I thought that was good because what he meant was avoid life's valleys, which is what I'm trying to share with you right now. You can't go up and down on a roller coaster. It doesn't mind going up, it's going down. That's the problem. So my dad was giving me good advice, sort of. He told me to avoid life's peaks. Really? So you're a single guy and someone like Eva Longoria or some beautiful woman comes along and goes, hey, would you like to take me out? And you're like, sorry, Miss Longoria, that would be a peak. I'm not allowed to do that. You've always wanted to play baseball for a living and the Yankees call you up and said, hey, we want you to be our starting shortstop. I'm sorry, I can't do that. That would be a peak. Avoid life's peaks? No. Search for life's peaks. Life is about peak experiences. How many can you put in your backpack between now and the day you die? See, my mentor said, yes, maintain an even keel. up here, the highest you possibly can. You don't want to avoid life's peaks and valleys. You want to go for life's peaks and stay up there mentally and emotionally all the time. You want to have a big team? You'll draw people to you because you decide to stay up here mentally and emotionally. That's what it's all about. Stay off the roller coaster, maintain an even keel, but do it at a high altitude.